Hey guys, David with Twice Diecast. Hadn't done this in a while, but let's go on a peg hunt. I popped into a new flea market and want to put you guys on to this place if you are within driving distance. We're at Crestwood Pickers. That is like a booth style flea market here in the Birmingham area. If you're familiar with the area, it is kind of near Irondale, and this is a new Pickers location that is a franchised brand that does a lot of these type of places around Alabama. If you're a diecast collector, this is a really cool place. This booth was on my way out. We Are Toys is one that we are familiar with. They are in the Irondale Pickers location, and you can see video throughout Twice Diecast where I have been there several times. Today we're going to look at what I found in this new kind of expanded booth for We Are Toys. As you could see at the beginning of this video, around the corner there were tons of stuff for Funko collectors, pops, folks. So this toy vendor is all over it, and they had a lot of really cool vintage Hot Wheels. A lot of you can see a factory sealed edition here. A lot of new releases, first releases, old treasure hunts, premiums, Ferraris. Really hard to come by stuff nowadays that you see less and less when you're out. And you certainly don't see the variety of Hot Wheels from this era. There's other brands here. There's plenty of Matchbox. There's plenty of Monster Jam, old Monster Jam. This is what I'm talking about when I say this era. You're going to see a lot of stuff from 20, 30 years ago. Cards are immaculate. This is a fantastic collection that this vendor has put together. I'm not going to talk my way through the whole video, so we'll put on some music here and just do some shopping. And I'm not going to look at every car. I would have been here 2 hours, so I'm going to give you an idea. If you see stuff that you like, I'll put the address at the end of the video and in the comments on where this place is. But let's get to it. This first section or wall that we're looking at did have a lot of fantasy castings. We're going to move toward more licensed models as we move across from left to right. I'm going to give you a mix of everything. We're not going to spend any time on Disney stuff or character cars, stuff like that. I concentrate mainly on the real cars. So if you're here to look at entertainment type stuff, probably not going to enjoy the video. Look at this wild stuff here, and this is the type of stuff I'm talking about when I mentioned 20, 30 years old. That card is probably from the mid-90s, as are a lot of the stuff that you'll see here later. Plenty of play sets, plenty of other scales, other brands, a lot of Ertl down there, I believe. And this section right here, we're going to get into some of the higher end, harder to find Hot Wheels. We've got plenty of Ferraris on the shelf. These are going to run you right at $10 each. You guys know that if you collect Ferraris, that they are probably going to be about that or maybe a little less. They're just getting harder and harder to find. So almost everything in this section was $10. We've got a really cool yellow F40 there. Plenty of red, back when Ferrari was done kind of well by Hot Wheels. They kind of lost their way there at the end, but there were some really nicely done red Ferraris in the correct color. Look at this old card here. Threw me for a loop. There's no way that this was as old as I first thought it was based on the shape of the card, but even though this card is immaculate, it's still, there you go, 27 years old. 1998 release. We'll keep on moving up here. We've got some pretty popular JDM stuff. We have got old school treasure hunts that you'll see in a little bit. Everyone loves this Lancer Evolution. I believe that is one of the fastest track cars, if I remember from an interview with some people that race cars. Just a little tidbit for you. Pretty sweet 365 here. There's that Sam Walton pickup. I didn't even notice that as I was videoing. An old school car tuned rather, Enzo. First edition Ford, good night. First edition Porsche. Excuse me as I trip over my words here. Love this gold medal BMW. One of my favorite castings, 850i. 1991 on the card. 33-year-old Hot Wheels in absolutely pristine shape right there. Again, we'll kind of scoot through some of these. Looks like X-Racers and stuff like that. Plenty of Faster Than Evers. One of the first Type R Civics I remember seeing. Might be the first release, I'm not sure. From an old Honda set. Got that old Skyline RX-7. We'll move across after we look at these. These are what the old treasure hunts used to be. Treasure hunt didn't automatically mean you got rubber tires, although this Chaparral did. So in case some of you new collectors weren't aware, treasure hunts have been around for a long time. Didn't always have rubber tires on them. Certainly less valuable than they are nowadays. So check out this old Lesney casting coming up right here. Ford XR4 Ti. You don't see it very often. Old guys like me, I love this car. 1997 release from Hot Wheels. And just remember, these are 30 years old, and look at the shape of the cards and the blisters. They're not yellow, they're not dirty. You're just not going to find this kind of selection everywhere. More JDM, we'll scoot across. We've got some specialty stuff above and in the center here. I did want to show, we'll show the other one of those here in a second, because that's really a remarkable little piece of Matchbox history right there. Larger scale stuff, and we'll scoot across. We're going to look at Matchbox next. So let's pan up here shortly, and what we're going to look at is a Matchbox models of yesteryear, but exploded, and I think it's catching my eye right now, so we'll pan up in just a second. How about that really clean red GTI? I love that. This Looney Tunes, I didn't know what car this was. I had not seen this card art before. I don't think it says what car it is. Just another cool, unexpected find, as was this Diablo. Not too often that you find Matchbox in this era with clean street car looks on them. They got pretty wild back then. Another beautiful GTI. Used to love this era Matchbox right there. Love this old Xterra. Didn't realize that casting was that old. Good GT1. I think we're just going to look at a few more Matchbox here, and I'm just going to shut up for a minute. Kind of feel like this collector might have some of the same cars that the Twice Diecast collection mine have. A lot of clean street looks. Love that retro Matchbox Honda Civic. You can see a 70th edition Lexus back there. Some of the global stuff. A lot of clean cars. I always appreciate that. There's also plenty of the Jurassic Park stuff mixed in to this Matchbox section. There's another one right there. And some of the Matchbox went back as far as the old school Hot Wheels stuff. So must have been a long-time collector or somebody who bought a very extensive collection. And the cards, I just can't get over. I don't know how you have cards that are immaculate after 30 years. All of that to say, the prices were extremely competitive. For the condition of the cars, the rarity of some of them, I think this is a really good vendor, especially for some of you vintage Matchbox and Hot Wheels collectors. Here's an example of the stuff you just don't see every day. $10. I haven't seen one of those since a diecast show, a big diecast show. I haven't run across those. And I had not seen any of these Johnny Lightning kind of then and now, if you will, type 2-packs. Didn't realize Johnny Lightning did a Beetle that well. That looks pretty good to me. There's 4 of those 2-packs back there with a Beetle. 2 of them are Beetle exclusive. 2 of them are kind of mix and match with another car. We didn't look at the other 2-packs in there. Focused on this pretty cool Shelby Cobra. Love the yellow rims on that. $10, pretty good deal. You can see a spare tire in the back there. A little bit of Spider-Man and X-Men theme on those other 2-packs. Not really my thing. We'll keep on moving. Plenty of NASCAR stuff. You're always going to have that anytime you find diecast in Alabama. Here's what I was talking about. Check out this double-decker bus. You get a complete one, then you get one in an exploded view. Just really well done. Nice piece to add to your diecast room. We'll move over. Last section we've got is a little bit more modern Hot Wheels. Still some stuff with age on it and stuff you don't see every day. A lot of short cards here as we start thumbing through it. Really no rhyme or reason to what you're gonna find. I was tempted to just go through every card. No, you guys would not have sat here for all that, so I tried to get as much as I could, and I think you got a really good representation of what is at this We Are Toys booth. And if you're just joining me or you've skipped ahead, we're in the Birmingham, Alabama area. This is called Crestwood, and the place is called Crestwood Pickers. The booth in this flea market is rented by We Are Toys. And you'll see at the end, I'll have the URL for the We Are Toys website. I'm sure you can get in touch with the owner or their sales team. I know they are in multiple locations in the Birmingham area. So pretty good resource for us collectors here in the South and in Alabama especially. This is right off the interstate. If you are driving down from neighboring states going through to hit the beach, worth a detour. I guarantee it'll be worth a detour, and it's right off the interstate. Love that old fake Jagermeister Porsche 935. Old school Diablo. No idea what this was. Really cool though, grabbed my eye. Love finding places like this, guys. Look at this old, nice and clean S13 in red, white rims. Love finding places like this. If any of you guys know anything about these mystery cars, I think a Bugatti is hidden in one of these, like one of the original ones. I couldn't tell based on this card if it had been opened. I've seen people get scammed on these before. This one looks pretty legit, like it's never been opened in the past. I can't tell. But those are there as well. Wanted to show you that. We'll kind of scoot. We'll get you some information on how to go online and see what all you can find on wearetoys.com. This has been David at Twice Diecast, showing you another place to find diecast here in the States, specifically in Alabama. Leave me a comment if you have any questions about this. We'll end with some old school Monster Jam, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Take care.